Even though Jane wasn't comfortable with what was happening, she didn't say anything. She kept to herself just so to avoid her sister's wrath. 5 months later, Michelle was still in the house, making the house a living hell for Jane, who barely sees her husband. When Jane saw that Michelle wasn't ready to leave, she left the house secretly, without telling anyone. No one heard from Jane for months. Even Michelle became afraid of losing her sister. She would text Jane all day, but she never got any reply. When her parents learned about what Michelle did, they blamed her for her sister's disappearance. Michelle also noticed Clinton's sudden behavior towards her. He wouldn't even look at her face or talk to her. Michelle felt responsible for what was happening. Everyone was beginning to see her as a devil already. Her parents won't have anything to do with her, and her close friend Stella was snubbing her like she was evil. I have to find a way to fix this. I can't continue like this, Michelle said to herself one morning. Later that day, she went to the mall to get something. While she was picking her stuffs, she bumped on her sister Jane. Michelle was short of words. She kept apologizing to Jane, who wasn't interested in what she had to say. "I'll kill myself if you don't come back, Jane. Everybody misses you, most especially your husband, and how's your baby?" Michelle had said, but Jane had walked away without responding. For weeks, Michelle didn't hear or see Jane again. Clinton was losing his mind already. He was slowly turning into a drunk. Michelle was determined to bring everything back to normal. She started moving to her cousin's house asking about Jane, but none of them had no idea of where Jane lives. Luckily for her, she met with a cousin, Rita, who seemed to be closest to Jane. That it was Rita who gave her Jane's address. Jane was astounded when Michelle showed up in her house one evening. She was going to chase her away, but on a second thought she let her in. Michelle pleaded for her to come back, and she decided to think about it, but deep down she knew there was nothing to think about. Days rolled into weeks and weeks into months, but Jane still didn't show up. As a matter of fact, she relocated to another apartment so Michelle won't find her. When Michelle saw that Jane wasn't forthcoming, she gave up. Everyone has deserted her, even her own parents, and now Clinton was dying in silence, all because of her. She cursed the day she stepped into the house with her bag. "This life is not worth living anymore. Let me just end this once and for all." Michelle was depressed as she poured poison into her mouth. Jane coincidentally showed up almost immediately. She swallowed the content. When Jane realized what Michelle had done, she screamed for help, but Michelle had already fell unconscious. "You came, Jane, you came." These were the words Michelle muttered as soon as she opened her eyes on the hospital bed. Jane was happy to see her sister up and alive. She promised never to leave her again. Afterwards, the two sisters hugged passionately as tears soaked their eyes. A happy reunion indeed. 2 weeks later, Michelle was already prepared to travel. She played with her little nephew just as his parents were watching. "I promise I'll come visit as soon as I'm settled in Italy," Michelle had said as she handed the baby to her sister. There was no doubt that Jane was going to miss her sister. "Take care of yourself, sister. Don't forget that I'll always love you," Jane had told her, and the two sisters hugged again. For the 4th time. "By Michelle, safe journey," Clinton had managed to say as Michelle was ready to go. "Thank you, Clinton. Take good care of my sister and my lovely nephew while I'm away." Clinton assured her that they'll be fine, and afterwards, Michelle left with 10 fingers biting her goodbye. Sometimes the people we love don't love us as much as we love them, but we shouldn't forget that there is a man for every woman, just as there's a woman for every man.